What we have here is the ECS Front Strut Bar, and the installation is pretty simple. You just need to take off these 3 nuts here and then go to the other side and 3 more nuts. And I also have this bracket for the cruise control wire. This one, it needs to be deleted basically because you cannot reinstall this bracket, so the wire is gonna sit just like this. This is for my cruise control down there. I think it's for the cruise control, should be. And now just need to put it like this, and let's see how the fitment. And the fitment is perfect. This was really easy. Probably the easiest thing which I have done to this car. And I just need to torque down the nuts, and that's it. Less than a 5 minutes job. That's great. The torque for the nuts is 25 Newton meters. The torque specification for the bolt and nut on the strut bar is your good judgment. Just don't go all crazy and you will be fine. And just like this, it's all done. I can shake the whole front end now, so I think there will be a little bit of improvement in the handling. You can hear that my power steering pump is a little bit noisy, and the problem is that this is brand new remanufactured pump and it's still not good. So I bought a low mileage genuine pump, Look power steering pump. This pump is supposed to have about 17,000 miles, and I'm going to install her right now and flush the system, and we'll see if this is gonna make any change. I had to transfer all the fittings from the old power steering pump and the pulley, since this one was a little bit damaged, and all these brackets, because these brackets are for E36, since I got this power steering pump from E46. And you can see that it's a genuine power steering pump, and it was pretty much like you see it. Wasn't greasy or anything, which is a good thing. I cleaned her up a little bit, but that's how it looks. So I hope that it's truly low mileage power steering pump. And here is the old one. I don't remember the brand, but it's some cheap remanufactured pump. Now we'll find out if the pump is bad, because it could be also the Chase Bay power steering lines. But let's put it on and see. I think that it sounds quieter than before. I'm still bleeding the system, but I think it's good already. Few more turns left and right. Should be good. I don't know if you can hear it, but the power steering pump is making the same noise like before. So the power steering pump was good, the old one, which means that the problem is in the Chase Bay lines. This is not normal for me. This is not normal. I'm pretty sure the power steering pump shouldn't make such a loud noise. You can hear it, especially when the car gets to the normal operation temperature. It's even louder. You can hear it. No good. The steering wheel is in pretty bad condition. You can see how it's cracking up here on the top. On the bottom it's kind of alright, and on the side it's fading. So I bought a new steering wheel cover. This is the brand. I already did install one of those on my Eclipse, so the quality is good, need to be sold. And this one is with yellow stripe, and it's gonna be with yellow stitching. So let me quickly try to install her. I mean, it's not gonna be quick, probably it's gonna take me forever, but I think it will be worth it. I'm about 50% done with the steering wheel, and it's turning out pretty good. You can see this bottom half took me about 2 hours to complete, and this really depends of the way you do the stitching. You can see how I did mine, and when your sewing thread is long, it's keep twisting. At least in my case it was keep twisting like this, and I had to fix it. This way you see how it's turning out. It's not twisted right here, but if you don't care if it's twisted or not, it will take you a lot less time to complete the job. But I want to do it the way I like it, and you have to use a double-sided tape all around the steering wheel, but I didn't. I just put a little bit here, and I'm planning to put a little bit here and here, because you usually can feel it when you put the double-sided tape all around. That's why I didn't put any, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's slightly, you can slightly twist it if you use a lot of grip, but it's still good. This is the way I did it on my Evo steering wheel. I didn't put any double-sided tape, so I know it's gonna be good. And this is the double-sided tape you gotta use usually. So let me complete the top part and see how it's gonna look. Finally, I'm pretty much done with the steering wheel. The only thing left is to tie a knot on the end, but my biggest mistake was using way too much sewing thread. You can see how much I have left. The whole idea was to do this thing in one piece without stopping, but I kinda went overboard, and you can see how much I have left. It's really difficult to work with such a long sewing thread. Big mistake, don't do this. It took me longer than I expected. Probably around 3 hours, which was ridiculous. I mean, I was almost ready to stop and just cut it somewhere and redo the whole thing. I'll finish with the airbag on. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe I need to change this shift boot to suede. This way the steering wheel will fit better in the interior, and I'm gonna change this to yellow. With the front strut bar installed, I didn't feel any difference in terms of handling, so I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping the front end will be a little bit more alive, but then I started digging further and I found out that you can install this X-brace, which come from E36 convertible, and this will improve your handling, and you will be able to feel the front end more alive, I guess. So we'll see. Let me quickly respray this X-brace, since it was a little bit rusty. You can see I cleaned her up a little bit, and just gonna throw a quick paint, and then we'll install her on the E36. This is the paint I used to spray paint the X-brace. Turned out great. Let's install the X-brace. First we need to take off the factory brace, which is held by 2 bolts. Take them off and then move to the front subframe, and we can see 1, 2, 3 holes on each side. First they're gonna look like you see this middle one. That's how they're gonna look. but you're gonna grab yourself a drill bit 7/16 and you're gonna re-drill the hole. This way you're gonna be able to insert these nutsets and crimp them, and you're gonna have 3 new points to mount the X brace. And this is the tool you can use to crimp the nutsets. I ran into the fitment issue. This middle hole wasn't lining up, this one right here, so I inward the hole, you can see, on both sides, and now it fits. I'm going to touch up this with a little bit of paint and it will be fine. And this is how it looks when it's all done. Now it's time for a test drive. There is a little bit of improvements. The front end does feel slightly better in terms of handling. I can say that this upgrade is worth it comparing to the strut bar. Moving to the next issue that I'm facing, I drove the car for about 30-40 minutes, and let me show you what's the problem. The oil pressure light is on during the idle, which is no good. As soon as I bump the throttle, the oil pressure light does disappear, which is a good thing. And you can see right now the idle is actually kind of normal. It will drop down to 500 RPMs, but that doesn't matter because even in 750 it's still the white is still there, which is no good. And I read a lot about this, and it's kind of common for high mileage engines in the E36s, and it could be anything: oil pump, oil pickup tube. So I'm gonna try to switch the oil with thicker oil with 15W50. Right now I'm running 10W40, and this problem it does occur during the summer. It's actually worse during the summer. During the winter sometimes it does happen, but it's not as often as the summer period, and it's even worse than ever since the light is staying on pretty much up to 1000 RPMs, which is not something that I like to see. I'm going to use some I bought this, let me show you. I bought engine flush. I'm gonna throw it in since my oil is kind of new. I'm gonna do the flush and see if this is gonna do any change, plus the different oil weight. Let's give it a shot. Let's add some flushing fluid to the mixture. I don't know if I should throw the whole bottle in. I think that will be alright. I'm too lazy to read the manual, take the gamble. I'm pretty sure it's the whole bottle. Anyway, let's see. Now I need to idle the car for 10 minutes with the oil pressure light on, which is sketchy, but let's see. 8 minutes are passed since I added the engine flush to the mixture, and you can see that the oil pressure light is not on, but I'm holding the idle a little bit above 750, and my hood is open, so I know that the problem is kind of heat related. I don't know how accurate is this coolant temperature gauge. It should be, but you can see that as soon as I let off the throttle, the oil pressure light disappears, so it does have to be above 13 RPMs. and now it's getting worse since the car is heating up, the engine is heating up. So just because you have a lift, it doesn't mean that you have to do the oil change from the lift. You can see that I don't have time to move the cars around just for oil change. And basically that's how it's done, always. MEWANT 15W50. First startup after the oil change. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, now we gotta wait. I didn't fill up the oil filter with oil, that's why it took a while for the light to go off. And you can see that the oil pressure light is back on. So the different weight of oil and the engine flush didn't fix the problem. Maybe my idle is a little bit better, which is a plus, but I still have the problem with the oil pressure light. I gotta think about something, how to fix this, since I really don't like it. I gotta test it with a real oil pressure gauge and see what's the actual oil pressure. I just took off the oil filter cap because I didn't replace these two O-rings. Here are the auto rings. I actually never replaced those, and they could be the reason why I have a low oil pressure light during idle. Hopefully it's this, I really hope so. We'll see these O-rings never been replaced, at least I don't remember, and they look pretty beaten up. Usually they're green, but I found those black O-rings which supposed to be the same. If not, I have to buy a green ones if this doesn't fix the problem, just to make sure that I bought the correct one. This one is supposed to be the correct one, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's put it back together and see what's gonna happen. This didn't help also. You can see what's going on. I am tired of this bullshit. Anyway, I gotta move to the next thing, which is the oil pressure sensor. I know that it won't help, but I will replace it just in case. I just finished replacing the oil pressure sensor, and this one is leaking oil from here. So this led me to think that maybe this was the problem. I hope so, I really hope so. 30 minutes later, and there is no oil pressure light, which is a great news. And you can see that my idle is still pretty low, but there is no oil pressure light, which means that the low idle doesn't affect the oil pressure light. So what I'm going to do next is drive the car a little bit more, and hopefully the light won't reappear and we can call this problem fixed. A simple oil pressure sensor fixed this issue. Good thing I didn't went for the oil pump or the oil pickup tube. I still can't figure out why my power steering pump is making this noise, and the question is this normal? I don't know if you can hear it. Now you can hear it a little bit. But the thing is, when I go inside the car, I can hear it more. The fan just kicked in, the auxiliary fan, and I don't know if you can hear it, but there you go. Now the question is, do you guys think this is normal, or I don't think it is, but let me know. So I'm gonna end the video here, and that's it guys. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.